The courtroom doors swing open, but the drama is far from over. Sean "Diddy" Combs, a titan of the music industry, just faced a crucial showdown that could determine his fate. Forget the red carpets and the platinum records. Today, the spotlight is on a much darker stage. Did he manage to delay the inevitable? What did his demeanor in court reveal? And what does this all mean for the explosive sex crimes trial that's about to rock Hollywood? You're about to get the full, unvarnished truth direct from the courtroom. Stay with us because the details emerging are more shocking than you can imagine. And if you want to stay on top of every twist and turn in this landmark case, hit that subscribe button now and ring the bell. You won't want to miss our in-depth analysis as this story unfolds. Welcome back to Celebrity and Entertainment Trends. Today, all eyes are on New York City, where Sean "Diddy" Combs appeared in federal court for a pivotal hearing. The central question: whether his legal team could successfully push back the looming start date of his federal sex crimes trial. As reported by USA Today and other outlets, Judge Aaron Subramanian delivered his ruling today, April 18th, and it was a decisive one against the music mogul. Combs' request to delay the trial, initially by 2 weeks and later extended to a 2-month postponement, was denied. This sets the stage for a high-stakes legal battle set to commence on May 5th. Eyewitness accounts from the courtroom paint a picture of two distinct sides to Sean Combs. Upon exiting the roughly 2-hour hearing, he was seen offering smiles and waves to a small group, including his mother, Janice Combs. This contrasted sharply with his demeanor during the hearing itself, described as more emotionally subdued than a previous appearance in March. Inside the courtroom, reports indicate that while he wasn't smiling upon arrival, he did hug members of his legal team and was observed looking solemnly around the room, occasionally nodding and passing notes to his attorneys. The backdrop to this legal showdown is nothing short of explosive. The indictment against Combs arrives amidst a barrage of separate civil lawsuits. These suits allege a decades-long pattern of deeply disturbing behavior, including accusations of rape, sexual assault, and physical violence. The federal charges themselves are severe, encompassing racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. It's important to remember that Mr. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all 5 counts. The federal government's pursuit of this case is being framed by some as a move to address a broader issue within the music industry, a perceived culture that may have, in some instances, enabled problematic behavior behind the scenes. Judge Subramanian's firm stance against the delay is seen as a significant win for federal prosecutors. The defense team's argument for a delay, as outlined in court documents, centered on the claim of substantially new conduct alleged in an expanded indictment filed earlier this month, along with the ongoing production of evidence by the U.S. government. They argued that this additional time was necessary for Combs to adequately prepare his defense. However, Judge Subramanian appeared unconvinced, stating that there was no reason to believe the defense lacked sufficient time with the trial roughly a month away. In another significant ruling during the hearing, Judge Subramanian granted a request to allow alleged victims, named as victims 2, 3, and 4, in the indictment to remain anonymous throughout the trial, using pseudonyms. The judge cited common practice in sexual violence and trafficking cases, emphasizing the importance of treating alleged victims with dignity and privacy. He stated there was no clear reason to make their names, addresses, and places of employment public. Interestingly, Diddy's defense team actively pushed back against the use of pseudonyms, arguing that these alleged victims had already given public interviews about Combs. However, the prosecution countered that these interviews may not have included all the explosive details of the alleged events, thus not waiving their right to anonymity. A point of contention also arose regarding jury selection. Prosecutors expressed concerns about potential jurors disclosing sensitive personal experiences with sexual assault or violence in written questionnaires, fearing they might be hesitant about where those surveys would go. They advocated for these disclosures to occur verbally during individual interviews. The defense, on the other hand, argued that some jurors might be more comfortable disclosing such sensitive information in writing. Ultimately, a compromise was reached. The questionnaires will include a box allowing potential jurors to choose whether they prefer to discuss their experiences verbally or in writing. Adding another layer of complexity to the impending trial was an extensive debate lasting over an hour regarding the potential exclusion of testimony from Dr. Dawn Hughes, a clinical and forensic psychologist. The prosecution argued that Dr. Hughes, presented as a blind expert, without specific case details, could provide crucial context on fragmented memory, trauma processing, and coping strategies relevant to alleged victims of coercive control. They argued this could help jurors understand behaviors that might otherwise seem counterintuitive. The defense vehemently opposed this, arguing that Dr. Hughes had not interviewed any of the alleged victims, and therefore her testimony, filled with jargon and a patina of science, would be useless and meaningless, potentially confusing jurors or leading them to make unfounded inferences. Judge Subramanian deferred his final ruling on this matter, but indicated that only portions of Dr. Hughes's testimony would likely be allowed, and she would need to rephrase the term coercive control. In a surprising development, Brian Steele, the lawyer who recently represented rapper Young Thug in his high-profile RICO trial, was seen joining Combs' legal team at the courthouse. His presence adds another experienced voice to the defense strategy. Adding a personal element to the day's events, Sean Combs' mother, Janice Combs, arrived at the courthouse to support her son. So why did Diddy's legal team fight so hard for a delay? As mentioned, their primary argument revolved around the substantially new conduct alleged in the expanded indictment and the ongoing flow of evidence. They contended that more time was needed to adequately prepare a defense against these new allegations. Additionally, just the day before the hearing, Combs' legal team filed court documents seeking to exclude from the trial the footage of Combs attacking his then-girlfriend, Cassie. This indicates a clear strategy to control the narrative and limit potentially damaging evidence presented to the jury. The trial is currently scheduled to begin on May 5th in downtown Manhattan, a date that notably coincides with the prestigious Met Gala, an event Combs has attended on numerous occasions in the past. This juxtaposition of high society glamour and a serious federal trial underscores the dramatic fall from grace of a once untouchable figure. It's important to remember that despite the gravity of the charges, Sean Combs has not been convicted of any crime and is currently not in jail. While there were previous attempts at bail, he was ordered to remain in custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn ahead of the trial, a ruling his legal team has challenged. To fully understand the weight of the charges against Combs, it's crucial to grasp the nature of RICO law. The Racketeer, Influenced, and Corrupt Organization statute is designed to target multi-person criminal enterprises. Prosecutors are alleging that Combs utilized this structure to coerce victims, some of whom were sex workers, through intimidation and narcotics to participate in what they termed freak-offs, sometimes days-long sexual performances, with lawyers claiming to possess video evidence. The superseding indictments have added more alleged victims and detailed accusations of forced labor under inhumane conditions. The latest indictment includes the 2 new sex trafficking and prostitution charges involving Victim 2. Furthermore, the prosecution's indictment details a shocking list of alleged racketeering activities, including multiple acts of kidnapping, arson, bribery, witness tampering, forced labor, sex trafficking, transportation for prostitution, and narcotics distribution. What we're witnessing here is more than just a celebrity scandal. It's a significant legal battle with potentially far-reaching implications for the entertainment industry. The judge's refusal to delay the trial signals a determination to move forward swiftly and hold a prominent figure accountable for the serious allegations against him. The legal strategies being employed by both the prosecution and the defense, from the fight over pseudonyms to the debate over expert testimony, highlight the complexities and high stakes of this case. The introduction of Brian Steele to Combs' legal team suggests a bolstering of his defense as they prepare for what promises to be a grueling trial. This is a developing story, and we will continue to bring you in-depth updates and analysis every step of the way. What are your initial thoughts on the judge's ruling? Were you surprised by any of the details emerging from the hearing? Let us know your reactions and predictions in the comments section below. We always value your insights. If you're following this case closely and want to stay informed about all the latest celebrity news and legal developments, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're committed to bringing you the stories that matter, with the in-depth analysis you won't find anywhere else. Considering the serious nature of the charges and the intense scrutiny surrounding this trial, how do you think this case will ultimately impact Sean Diddy Combs' legacy and the broader perception of power dynamics within the music industry? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to delve deeper into other high-profile celebrity legal battles that have captivated the world, be sure to check out our video on Countdown, the 25 most unforgettable moments of Coachella. 2025, the ultimate recap, or our analysis of the major accusations against Diddy. Click the cards appearing on your screen now to watch those videos and get even more insight into the complex world of celebrity and the law. Thanks for watching Celebrity and Entertainment Trends. We'll be back with more updates soon.